What to do? What to do? Somebody on Blue Sky was mentioning that we are going through a bit of an information blitzkrieg right now. And with the amount of preparation that's been done, they're able to move quite fast. And basically, have tried to get the drop on everyone because Marvel's too slow. They are too slow and they need to speed up. Like the UK government today saying that they should be trying to emulate Trump's optimism. And I mean, it beggars belief, really, that a country that was so staunchly in opposition to fascism could even countenance something like that. I'm sure there were people at the time that were saying things similar, but like, blimey. That broke my heart. That broke my heart. Because I think people look at the special relationship that there is between the UK and the US. And actually, like, if we break it down, like, what was that special relationship? That was a military and economic partnership as a result of the debt that we owed to the US at the end of the Second World War. And what did it do for us? It demolished our manufacturing industries and it turned us into a service economy or a servile economy to the US market. And the UK then became their lieutenant in their gallivanting around the world, causing chaos, killing everybody in sight. And what do we have to show for it? Like, everybody is worse off. Everybody is worse off. Like, I cannot believe that there is a single person, even the people that are richer as a result of it, that do not feel worse off in some way. They're leaving. And to be honest, fuck them. I'm glad they're gone. But yeah, to get back to my original point, it breaks my heart to see that the people can't even see it. And this is what, I don't know, like, I worry that what I don't understand is it's just such well-known history. Like, it was taught to us all throughout school, all throughout their schooling as well. Our parents and the politicians that are in power right now, they studied this, like, the most basic level, like, what happened and how to avoid it. Right, this is the whole thing. I mean, our grandparents and our parents have tried so hard to impress on us, like, this is how this happens, to make sure it doesn't happen again, not to follow what happened. Oh my god, like, how is it this difficult? I just don't understand what it is about the modern world that makes it so difficult to organise effectively and just combat, like, just rampant fascism. Rampant fascism. I don't understand. They are so rich and they are exercising so much power on everybody around the world and impoverishing everyone. I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated. Oh man, I've tried my hardest to steer clear of this as long as I could, and I am equally just incensed that we're back in this position. That we're back in this position. Like, I just don't understand how, after the first time this happening, people were like, "Do you know what? We want more of it. We want more of it. We want more of the chaos. We want more of the deaths. We want more of people being deported and, like, not being deported, but just it's just chaos. It's absolute chaos. People they've chosen to give up. They've chosen to give up. They've given up on the idea of a peaceful world. They've given up on the idea of ever having anything for themselves. They've given up on absolutely everything. They've given up everything. But the millions of lives that it took to establish what has held the world in some form of balance over the past 70 years, gone. And for what? And for what? What have you got out of it? Oh, the price of eggs. Oh no, they're more expensive now. It's just unbelievable. I often think about my granddad, who was the most peaceful man that I'll probably ever know. He just, given that he was a Navy gunner in the Second World War, it absolutely destroyed his hands, and God knows what they must have gone through. But I think about what he would think right now. Actually, do you know what, this coat is similar to one that he used to wear. I bought it specifically because it reminded me of him. I'm not scared. I'll tell you that much. There's one thing that you should absolutely never do when it comes to these people is fear them. Because that's what they want. And the reality of it is, the reality of it, the whole thing is they're pathetic. They are pathetic children. And they are so traumatized by whatever has happened in their lives that all they want to cause is suffering and malign people that I don't know. Honestly, it probably had nothing to do with the original trauma that they went through, and that is just sick. That's just it's mental illness. It's mental illness, and I think we should really call it out. That the so after the Second World War, there was a deconditioning program in Germany that had to basically unbrainwash people out of Nazism. And it's it is we should really be treating it like an infectious disease. This is the whole thing about memes. I mean, I don't want to give any credit to Elon for any of this, but memes are viral, and we talk about them in those terms. And there are you can almost imagine complex viruses that can go out and try and spread a meta meme in a group of people and install it like fucking software. What do you think all these Silicon Valley bots have been doing for the past 20 years? They worked out that they can get behind your attention span by milliseconds. I think it's 240 milliseconds is your reaction time. If they can get behind that, they can basically just turn on that dopamine switch, and that's the whole thing. Turn on the dopamine switch, put Nazi content in front of you, and then it's just. It would be sad if it wasn't so apparent, and we all see it, and I know we all see it. But what is there to do? Right, guys, enough of the rant. What is there to do? I am trying to build an operating system right now, and it is going to aggressively push big tech out of your computers and PCs initially. There's also ways to do it on your phone as well, but that is a much bigger thing. So what people don't realize is there are open source alternatives on most of the Office and creative apps that they use. So, for example, if you use Photoshop, you might want to use GIMP. There's Inkscape for Illustrator. There's Shotcut for video editing. LibreOffice if you want to write novels and do your PowerPoints. There's social networks like Element on top of Matrix. So Matrix is a decentralized protocol that means we can communicate in an encrypted way, and it is completely separate from any big tech infrastructure. If there's anything I can impress in this video for maybe one person that watches this other than myself, that you think you have time. You think you have time and you don't. The reality is it would take Trump one executive order to Bill Gates to open up any Windows laptop like it's Pandora's box and just take whatever they want. Take whatever they want. Take IP, take information, personal details, internet history, snapshots of what you're doing in the moment, all your Teams chats, all of your WhatsApp web chats, all this. It's I don't know if people know this. I guess this is the benefit of ignorance, is that you can just use these and not realize that you're having everything stolen and extracted out of your operating system at the time. You just really need to get away from it, and fast, and really fucking fast. Anybody, please look at Linux, learn Linux, install it on all your devices. It is going to be the only thing that protects you slightly from what is coming down the chain. Don't delay. Like, what do you have to lose? Like, genuinely think about what you have to lose from not doing anything. I'm worried. I'm scared. Not scared. Not scared. Not scared. However, I'm worried that people will not move fast enough to combat it. And we've done it once, we can do it again. We'll do it with a fucking smile on our face. Because, dear God, these guys have caused so many problems. I'll be so happy when we see the back of them. I will cheer. I'll cheer. I'll probably cry, to be honest. I'll probably cry. It just feels like a silent war that has just been waged over a decade now. Nobody will ever know what I've been through, what we've all been through, because it doesn't happen in the real world so much as it's just been happening in this virtual space that's like completely invisible from each other, completely invisible to each other. We all have been fighting for our own private world. Carl Sagan was right.